I was worried, to be honest, before pre-season with Spurs, and all of a sudden I'm watching Nuno. He's come in, and I've actually been quite impressed with what he's done. And I actually said, with Arsenal signing Ben White, which I think is a good signing, I thought they've actually got a decent side together. But I think the biggest problem that Arsenal have got is Arteta. He's a problem for Arsenal, and I think he's going to be massively under pressure straight away at the start of the season. But if they got to do something this year, the FA Cup semi-final's gone. He can't get away with that now. He can't sit on that anymore. They've got to do something this season, and I think that they're going to struggle. Well,
this is his team now because he got rid of a lot of deadwood. We'll talk about Arsenal later on, but the recruitment hasn't been great over the last
it's been shocking.
If you compare theirs to Leicester, the way Leicester recruit and get good value and improve the players, and I've always said that massive clubs like Arsenal, like Manchester United, you can't have managers that are learning their trade. It's too big a deal. So when Arteta first came to us, and it was like, he's come from Man City under Guardiola. Me and you could be number 2 at Man City under Guardiola.
Do you reckon?
So, yeah.
I don't know.
Balls, bigs and cones. You know what the number 2 is like, Joe. So, and at the time we could have had Ancelotti. And I said, but it was all down to money that he probably wanted in his wages, money that he'd want spent on the team. So at that time, Arteta was an easier appointment, probably a cheaper appointment. When he first got in, you could see what he's trying to do. Take away the complacency. He wants high pressing. He wants people who are going to give everything, which is fine.
Yeah.
Last year he lost his way, a bit like Frank Lampard did in his second season. And as you said there, the start that we played Brentford Friday night. That's not a game that you want first game of the season against a newly promoted team.
No. First
time they've ever been in the Premier League, and Brentford are a good side. They could fight.
That's going to be a horrible game.
And then we play Man City. Then we play Chelsea, and I think it's Burnley, Norwich, and then the 6th game of the season is your
Spurs.
He could be under
severe pressure.
Because what happens, Joe? You know what it's like. Empty stadiums have done a few managers a favour. Mm-hmm. If we don't start off the season well, and Arsenal fans can't see a direction, a philosophy, that could turn pretty vitriolic at the Emirates.
Well, look, just looking at Chelsea, watching it, we're going to go over to Alex Crook in a minute, who's watching for talkSPORT, but I just looking at the way Chelsea do their business, they're ruthless, right? They're ruthless with managers, Lampard, club legend, put a team together, didn't quite get results, sitting, 5th or 6th in the league, wasn't good enough. Got rid of him, bring Tuchel in, win the Champions League.
Same players.
Yeah, with the same players. So they are ruthless in their business. Now, I look at a club like Manchester United, and this is why I want to get calls on this, Manchester United fans. Are they undervaluing themselves? Because I look at their squad now, with Sancho, they're bringing in Varane, they've got Pogba, the Cavani, Rashford. They've got a top side, Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire. That is a top side that they've put together. But I still think they're miles off it in terms of winning the Premier League because of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Do they need to sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer like Chelsea do, like being ruthless, and go, right, this is the way forward now? Because Chelsea seem to win and get results doing that.
Well, the question would be, if Thomas Tuchel was in charge of Manchester United
and
was in charge of Arsenal would have a greater chance of getting into the top 4 with Tuchel, right?
Absolutely.
Because I saw the pre-season game against Chelsea at the Emirates for us, and the difference in the teams were Chelsea were just better structured. They played like the 3 centre halves. I think it was Rudiger, Zuma and Chalobah. And I know we'll talk about the game we're watching in a minute against Villarreal, where Rudiger's had a bit of a stinker, basically.
Yeah.
But normally Chelsea are very, very well structured in that back 3. They don't normally go chasing out. They normally sit in their 3. Arsenal, we had Mari and Holding. Every time Werner dropped deep or Pulisic, they followed him and left basically 2v1, a massive hole in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
So that's why the manager has to get them structured. So I agree with you on Arteta. The jury is still up because we won the FA Cup. I don't care what anybody says. I think you agree with me. Football's about winning trophies. I don't care if it's a League Cup, FA Cup, whatever. It's a trophy, and that's what Spurs had to do and failed to do. And you always get that thrown at you. They haven't won a trophy, haven't a trophy. So that bided a bit of time. We're very good at it, though. Chelsea had about 5 players go down with cramp, didn't they? In the semi-final, had 1 send-off. So that's fine. Then it was a sort of truncated season last season, but he was picking strange teams. He was changing formation like week in, week out. And when you're playing, you want sort of continuity. You want to have a formation that it's robotic in it. When you're playing, you just know if I'm centre half, I'm playing just in a 4. Great. Yeah. There's my part. I've got my right back, left back. If you're in a 3, in midfield, you want your partner with you. I'm playing up front. Are we playing 3 up front? So you don't really think a lot through games. It's more in your head already.
Yeah.
That hasn't been happening. And I agree with you. I think with Arteta, he'll be under a lot of pressure in the first 5-6 games.